wonderful good evening to you guys, my lovely viewers out there. Welcome to another beautiful edition of What's Trending on Some TV, where we bring you happening trends on social media that we get to talk, interact, air out your own opinion. You all know What's Trending is an entertainment program that we will never leave our viewers behind. And it's your girl Faith Mama, the capacity lady today in the house. And I brought you an interesting person to you guys so that we can get to interact all and air out our own opinion. And today with me in the studio, I have none other person than James Joseph, aka El Jazz in the building. It's nice to have you on What's Trending today.
Thank you.
You're welcome to What's Trending. Alright viewers, you can also be part of our trend today. Our number will be displayed. You can call in to air out your own opinion, what you think about the story that we'll be discussing today on social media. So guys, draw your questions. We've got hot gist for you guys. So be part of our trend. If your network is a bit cracky, you can send in a text message. We'll all reply to your message. And if you're watching on Facebook, we're on Facebook at Some TV. We're also on YouTube at Some TV Live. Do well to like, share, comment, air out your own opinion. Tell us where you're watching from. I will give you a big shout out to here on What's Trending, your favorite program. Alright viewers, let's dive into today's story. Our first trend for today says, principal tortures a 14-year-old girl with hot iron after maid boss accused her of 30,000 naira theft. Wow, this is a very sad one. I'll get to read the story. There'll be a video, you watch the video. My guest will be in the house to air out his own opinion. You also can be part of our trend today by calling in to air out your own opinion on what you think about the story. Alright, let's get to hear the story. A 14-year-old maid has reportedly been tortured with a pressing iron by her school principal with the support of some teachers after being accused of theft by her boss. According to the post shared on the popular social media platform X, formerly Twitter, the disturbing incident was made publicly by a page, PH_social. The girl, who works as a maid for a woman, was accused of stealing 30,000 naira. Her boss allegedly stormed the school and reported the missing money to the principal, claiming the teenager was responsible. The report revealed that the following accusation, the school principal along with some teachers subjected the girl to a brutal torture using a hot pressing iron. Wow. The video attached to the report showing the girl clutching her injured hand with visual bone marks allegedly from the accident. That's a very, very sad one. Let's take a look at the video so we can have a feel of what to say about the story.
When they find something, give her, make she eat it. Now waiting me a day after. When they find something, give her. Where the woman when they find something, give her, make she eat it. Now waiting me a day after. When they find something, give her. Where the woman when they find something, give her, make she eat it. Now waiting me a day after. When they find something, give her. Where the woman when they find something, give her, make she eat it. Now waiting me a day after. When they find something, give her. Where the woman
Wow, that's a very, very shocking incident out there. If you're just joining us, this is a story about a 14-year-old maid who has reportedly been tortured with a pressing iron by her school principal with the support of some other teachers being being accused of theft by her boss. This is a very, very sad one and it's totally unacceptable. But meanwhile, I will allow my guest in the house to air out his own opinion, to say what he thinks about this story. And also you guys that are watching out there, our number is displayed. You can do well to call in to air out your own opinion, what you think about this trend, because it's a very, very sad one. And I would like to hear your own opinion about the story. Let me start with Eljazi. Welcome again to What's Trending.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so what is your own take on this trend that you've just heard and watched the video?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And first and foremost, I would like to say the story is very, very sad. That's just the reality. And actually, there is a sign of inhumanity.
Exactly.
Because first and foremost, the boss made a mistake of reporting the lady to the principal, because this is something that happened in the house.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes.
And it is believed that for you to bring someone's child to your house, it's expected to treat that person as your child. So come to think of it, had it been it's your child that did something like that, which is not even confirmed.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay, what would be your reaction? Will you take your child, or will you report your child to the principal? That's the first thing. And secondly, the principal took law into his hands because they reported a case to him. Okay, to some point, yeah, it's good to report a child to his teacher. Maybe possibly there is a way as a teacher he may handle the case. But to my greatest surprise, like the way the principal handled the case is very, very inhuman.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, someone that treating a 30-year-old, someone that is up to 30 years.
14-year-old.
I know.
Yes.
I'm just giving a reference, you understand?
An instance, yeah.
Giving someone that kind of punishment, it's somehow kind of inhuman. Talk more of someone that is 14-year-old.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
The whole story is very, very sad, and actually the principal took law into his hands because one, there was not any evidence. He could have taken his time, make investigation, make inquiries on actually what really happened. Aside that, even if he got the evidence and he find out that yes, the girl may have probably stolen the money, this punishment actually is too harsh on that girl. That's just the reality. Because even if an adult, you cannot punish an adult because he stole 30,000 with that kind of punishment. Talk more of a 14-year, you get? So it's somehow sad, it's somehow, there is a way it is just the reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that lovely comment. I love the part where you said, let's assume, okay, you brought someone into your house, like, it's assume you're taking that person as your child. Like, reporting, it happened at home, reporting to your, to the teacher, and how will you feel if it was your child, that teacher? Because now, to me, I won't even blame the principal. Why? Because the principal is not her child. It's someone that just reports the case to her. Do you understand? So anything that she wants to do, she will do it. Now, left to you now that reported the case. Now, had it been is your child, how would you feel with that punishment that they give? Like, you need to feel some pain behind, because you're a mother. This is another person's child that is staying with you. Do you get? That's really, really bad and very inhuman.
Bad.
Please, lovely viewers out there, if you're watching, and don't treat other people's children if you know you don't want other people to treat your children like that. Let's have this mind of equality. Don't try to bring another person's child that you know you're not going to treat them well. Even in orphanage, you go to pick a child, you will sign a contract that you're going to do this, you're going to do that. When they come to find out that you're treating that child not proper, they will take the child away from you. And please, police should look into this case, because this case is not, it's just like a murder. You're trying to kill the child, something like that. That's very, very sad and very, very bad. All right, viewers, if you're just joining us, this is What's Trending on Some TV, where we bring you happening trends on social media that will get to talk, interact, air out our own opinion. Your comments, your suggestions are all welcome on Some TV. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, we're on Facebook at Some TV. Do well to drop a comment, tell us where you're watching from, and we'll give you a big shout out too. We all love our viewers. What's Trending is an entertainment show now. You know, entertainment show, we can't be boring. We have to give you latest news and also give you a big shout out to, because you are our viewers and you keep us moving. Our number is displayed if you're watching on TV. Do well to call in to air out your own opinion, what you think on the story, and what is your own suggestions about that. Okay, viewers, moving forward to our list. Last but not the least story for today's trend says, model narrowly escaped Abuja's scammer who lodged model with fake jobs and steal their phones. This happen for Nigeria, but it is well, Sha. Let's get to hear the story, then we can get to interact on the story. A Nigerian model has shared her frightening experience with a notorious Abuja scammer who allegedly lodged unsuspecting models with fake jobs offer only to steal their phone. This story was made publicly in a series of posts on TikTok, where the model recounts how she almost fell victim of the popular con artist, sharing a photo of him as evidence. According to her, the scammer is known for pretending to be a modeling agent, reaching out to the model through stolen phones from previous victims. Let's watch the video for more details and we'll get to talk. Our number is displayed. Watch the video and call in for your own opinion and what you think about the story. Let's take a look at the video.
Believe what is happening right now in Abuja. So 2 weeks ago, a friend reached out to me and said, Patience, are you available right now for a job by 2 p.m? I said, yes, I'm available. She said, okay, somebody will reach out to me. Now, somebody reached out to me on WhatsApp also and said, please, can you send in your Polaroid? Your friend referred you. I said, okay, I sent my Polaroid. She said, okay, her boss reached out to me. Now, her boss reached out to me. Somebody chatted me up with another line and said, Vera sent me your Polaroid. Oh, you're doing well. Please, the shoot is by 2 p.m. Can you make it immediately? I said, okay. I asked for details for this job and I went for the job. Now, this job was he said the job was at Apple Fish Market and I stay in Nyanya. Now, I got there and it was raining and I saw him. I could not enter the plaza because he was actually standing in the plaza in a shop there. I could see him from the balcony. I was downstairs. I could not enter the plaza because it was raining, so I had to just wait in the shop close to the building. Now he was seeing me. He kept on calling me that he can see me. I should just come inside the plaza. I was like, it's raining, but he pressured me until I entered the rain and came to that building. Now, I met him in the studio. When I got to the studio, he was gisting with the studio receptionist. They were talking like they had already known each other before I came. So, I was not even happy knowing that I was all wet with the rain. And then he was like, let's go for the makeup. That the makeup artist has already been waiting for me. The makeup, because this was what he told me when he was hurrying me out of the house. He was like, please, it's a job right now. The makeup artist is waiting. The studio people are waiting. So when I got there, he was like, let's go for the makeup. The lady was even like, won't you allow her to dry off before she goes for the makeup? He was like, there's no time, that we should just start it immediately. Now, that was how we went for the makeup. And he was like, he told the makeup artist that this is the lady, the model, that I'll bring the second model. The second model is on her way. So the lady started doing makeup for me. And he was there all those while. They were watching him. They were even laughing, saying that he's the boss. They were, they were saying, even when he stepped out for a while, they were like, na the oga, na the boss, this is that. So me, I felt like I was a stranger. Now, after the makeup, he was like, let's go for the shoot now at the studio. We went to the studio, and that was when I realized that the main owner of the studio now, a lady, was now present as at that time. So remember, when I was even going for the makeup at first, I was carrying my bag and this guy was like, why am I carrying my bag? And I'm like, why wouldn't I carry my bag? Because I was not even happy with him. So I gave him a rude response but in my head I was like, let me just be professional and do my job and leave. At the end of the day, so when we were taking those pictures, suddenly the makeup artist started looking for this guy. The makeup artist came and met me and was like, where is the guy? I said, I don't know. She was like, that the guy has not paid her, and where's the other model? I said, I don't know about any other model. That the guy has not paid her, that we should call the guy. That was how everything started, sounding funny. I started calling this guy. I called the guy, his number was not going. I called Vera, her number was not going. And as at that time, my friend too was not even picking her call. Now we discover that this guy has actually disappeared, and that was when everybody now started. The makeup artist now said that to a point the guy was asking her for her phone to do a video. She even gave him, but then she collected it back. The receptionist, she said that the guy was like she should please help him with her phone. He wants to make call, that something happened to his phone, and then she didn't give him. And me, he told me that, why am I going with my bag? Why am I going everywhere with my bag? I should drop my bag. But I didn't drop my bag, and I was always with my phone. So this guy actually made all these arrangements with these people with the aim of stealing our phones and our belongings. But he did not succeed. That was how this guy disappeared. At the end of the day, this makeup artist actually called 2 policemen to come and arrest me, and they actually came with guns to take me to the station. Apparently, this guy has been going around with this same method, scamming people, stealing their phones. In fact, he will steal from Mr. A, now use Mr. A phone to contact Mr. A friends and steal from Mr. A friends. Now he will use that same phone to contact the friends' friends and also steal from them. This is what this particular person has been doing, and he has been going scot-free.
Wow, things they happen for Nigeria, but it is well, Sha. Let me allow my guest to express himself, what he think about the story. You also can be part of our trend. Our number is displayed. What do you think about the story? Call in to air out your own opinion. Is it about the first story about the 14-year-old girl that her hand has been burned by her principal due to accusation of theft? Which one are you talking about? Or is it this one that scammers everywhere? All right, let me allow my guest to air out his own opinion. If you're watching on Facebook, also drop your comments. Your own opinion is all welcome. So, Eljazi, what is your own take on this story of scammers everywhere in Nigeria? All of that, people do dubious things a lot because of money. So, what is your own take and your advice out there to people desperate in need of jobs? Yes.
Thank you so much. Actually, the first thing I would like to say is we have to be very careful these days, because our country have make a lot of youths to don't have sympathy on their fellow youths.
Exactly.
Okay, you can come to think of it. Just imagine the situation where this girl just found herself, which is very, very discouraging and very, very bad.
Exactly.
Because, and I want to tell my fellow young men and women out there in our quest for job and passion for what we really want in life, we should be very, very careful. It's very, very important.
Exactly.
Because I believe she really wants, possibly she's doing this because of the financial gain attached to it. But unknowingly for her, she went and entered the wrong hand.
Exactly.
Just come to think of it, after that, what could have happened to her? You get all these things. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful. Scammers these days are all over. And these scammers can go extra mile. So they can spend 10,000 just, you understand, to get
more
like,
more,
you understand,
Just like gambling.
Yeah, exactly. So my fellow youth out there have to be very, very careful with the situation of life we find ourselves in, as much as I know the situation of the country is somehow, but with that does not guarantee us to scam our fellow young men and women out there that are really in need of something, or are really in need of financial support. So we should not use that against ourselves. So we have to be very, very careful and be cautious of anything. And let's make sure we confirm any kind of job we'll be going for. Let's make inquiries on, okay, how far, where is it, all these things is very, very important. You cannot just start going to meet someone that you don't know anything about. You did not make any inquiries on what, you understand, where is the job, how is the job. It's very, very important. Let's get to know, let's have details, like full details on any kind of job we're indulging ourselves or we'll be going to look for. It will help us at least to avoid this kind of situations. Yeah. Thank you so much. I think
That's a very lovely comment out there. I really appreciate your advice to young ones out there that are desperately in need of jobs. We have handwork instead of yourself. That's why there's one of our president, is it our president or the former president, said Nigerian youth are lazy. And we picked offense. We started ranting and panting. You see, because of all these kind of situations, let's try to look for a handwork. Try to know what you do with your hand so that you will even be putting your mind in terms of job. There are some people that I know definitely that they don't even put their mind in this job. Their handwork is giving them the money they need. So let's please out there, let's, like my guest said here, is very important. I love the part that I said you guys should know that, get full details before going for an interview or seeking for a job, because scammers are out there. You see, New Life self, they go call the post. They don't change their style of and calling people for jobs again. So please, let's be very, very careful. Let's be mindful of how we go out there calling numbers, because we are desperately in need of jobs. Please, let's, instead of you looking for a job and falling into the wrong hand, why not just look for a skill, learn a skill, and better yourself and make good monies for yourself than for you to just land yourself into one trouble or the other. Thank God she narrowly escaped that incident. If not, she will fall victim for that too. Okay, viewers, if you are just joining us, this was trending on Some TV, where we give you happening trends on social media. You get to talk, interact, air out your own opinion. Your comments, your suggestions are all welcome. Wow, wow, wow. I hate to say this. In every beginning, there must be an ending. We've totally come to the end of today's episode on What's Trending on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. Before we go, let me give you a recap on what we discussed about. Our first story, we talked about a principal teacher that tortured a 14-year-old girl with iron after her boss, the maid, that her boss came to report to the school that the girl stole 30,000 naira without any evidence or any proof. And my guest aired out his own opinion. He said, if you're not ready to take anybody's child, don't even start at the beginning and come and be maltreating another person's child. If it were to be your child, how would you feel about that? What is your own perspective about this story, and what is your own take about this story? Our number is displayed. You can call in or send a text message to air out your own opinion. And we are also on Facebook at Some TV. We are catch us live also on Some TV Live. Do well to share so people can enjoy the trend and drop their comments, their opinion on what they think about the story. And the last story we just finished talking about is about a model that narrowly escaped Abuja scammers who lodge model with fake job and steal their phone. Things they happen for Nigeria. Let's be very careful and be very mindful of how we do things, how we go out there looking for a job desperately. And my guest also air out his own opinion on what you guys should please take it easy. Get in details before going out to call in any number for any job interview or anything. All right, we've come to the end of today's episode on What's Trending. And before I go, I need to appreciate my guest in the house, Jazzy. Thank you very much for coming. It's nice having you on this program. And I'm looking forward to invite you more again for another edition on What's Trending on Some TV. And I need to appreciate my producer and person of James Atta Emmanuel. You are doing a very good job. Thank you very much. And a big shout out to my co-presenter, Teresa Tessie Stone, aka Teresa Ayubaduse. You're doing a very wonderful job. I know you're watching us and you're doing a good job. I still remain Fatimama, the capacity lady in the house. Catch us same time, same station. Goodbye and have a wonderful evening.
Some TV, the pulse of the nation.